What's going on, guys? My name is Wade with TechDaily. So Samsung's new Galaxy Buds are here, and they seem to be plagued by quite a bit of controversy so far. Everyone is comparing them to AirPods, which, okay, yeah, might be fair. Samsung drastically changed the design of their earbuds this year, and the resemblance is uncanny. But I really don't think people are actually cross-shopping AirPods and Galaxy Buds. The comparisons are more just to ignite controversy. If you have a Samsung smartphone, the Galaxy Buds really are the best to pair it with. And if you have an iPhone, well, I'm not sure why you wouldn't just buy AirPods. I think most people who are considering Galaxy Buds are really trying to decide if they should pay $180 for the regular Buds 3 or fork over almost $250 for the Buds 3 Pro. And that's what I'll hopefully help you decide in this video. Now, at the moment, the choice is pretty easy because you actually don't have a choice. Samsung has sort of stopped selling the Buds 3 Pro because of some quality control issues. Well, a lot of quality control issues. The rubber ear tips supposedly smell bad and rip apart too easily. The plastic casing of the buds doesn't align right. There's some buzzing noise when you listen to them. It's been a bit of a PR nightmare, but Samsung is addressing those issues, and if you're watching this video sometime in the future, hopefully that's all been addressed. I obviously was able to snag a pair of Buds 3 Pro from the black market, so we'll see if any of those quality control issues are on mine, and then I'll also explain the major differences between these and the regular Buds 3 so you can sort of figure out if saving the extra money is worth it, or if the features on the Pro are an absolute must-have. So as far as what all comes inside the box with these buds, it's basically the same for both. You get a little instruction sheet that emphasizes how you can get the right fits. They really want to make sure these work for you, and some info on pairing to your smartphone. Both buds also include a USB-C cable for charging, which is nice, and with the Buds Pro, you of course also get a couple extra rubber ear tips in different sizes. And this is the first main difference between the Pro and the regular buds. The Pros have the rounded rubber ear tips for a true in-ear fit to better seal out the outside world, potentially be more comfortable, and likely to help keep the buds in your ears a little better too. And I'll go more in depth with the fit for each in just a minute. Now, both sets of buds are housed in nearly identical charging cases that also seem to take inspiration from the other product, though these have a clear top. At the bottom of each case, there's a USB-C port, along with a small button you can use to connect the buds to a smartphone or another device if the auto connect feature maybe doesn't work. The buds are kept inside their little charging case via some magnets on the charge points, and taking the buds out and putting them back in is generally a straightforward deal, but I've personally found that the unique triangle shape of the bud's stem sometimes causes me to miss the hole, and the magnets aren't as strong as I expected either, but I mean, they certainly aren't going to fall out even if you try really hard. The actual earbuds obviously look very different from previous Galaxy Buds. Samsung actually calls this a new blade design, so not technically a stem, but there's the earbud bit, that part that goes in your ear, and then whatever you want to call this straight dangly bit that sort of hangs out. Now, this design change may not necessarily be everyone's cup of tea, but for me, I like it. I think it makes the buds easier to handle, to hold, to pop in and out of your ears and the case, but I totally understand that the odd shape and the blade or stem, whatever you want to call it, it may not be the right sort of setup for everyone's ears. Aside from a few slight differences in grill and sensor placement, the Pro and regular Buds 3 are basically the same exact design, size, and shape. The main and most obvious difference, like I said, is the rubber ear tip on the Pros, and you can sort of see how much extra it adds by comparison. That whole rubber tip is going to go deep inside your ear, versus the regular Buds 3, which don't fit in nearly as tight by comparison. As far as the reported quality control issues, well, I haven't come across anything on my Buds 3 Pros. They seem to have been manufactured and assembled properly. I was able to take the ear tips on and off mostly fine. They do require a bit of force since they sort of click on and off, but if you pull closer to the part that's attached to the bud, you really shouldn't rip anything. And they also don't smell bad. They don't smell like anything. So I'm relieved to say that these buds seem to have escaped the Samsung factory without issue. One other quick note about the design. The Buds 3 Pro also have like a light bar on the buds, a little LED strip that you might have noticed flashing from time to time. That's just a design element. The light doesn't do anything or indicate anything in particular. You can customize it, like how it flashes or blinks, but it's otherwise just a decoration. All the settings and features of both buds are shown via the Samsung Wear app, and this is essentially going to be your go-to place for changing anything with either pair of Galaxy Buds. Now, let's get into the important stuff: the fit and comfort, as well as the specific sound features that differentiate them. For me personally, I've always preferred earbuds with the rubber tip that give you a tighter in-ear fit and seal out the outside world. So the Buds 3 Pros are the ones for me. The regular Buds 3 do fit me nicely, but they are a one-size-fits-all sort of design. So if they don't work for you out of the box, there's not much you can do. The Pros at least have 3 size ear tips to try, and you can even use the ear fit test within the Samsung Wear app to ensure that the buds are fitting like they're supposed to, especially since a proper fit is important when it comes to the other sound features. I also think the regular Buds 3 aren't as comfortable for me, since what's inside your ear is essentially all the plastic of the earbud. Even though they don't sit as deep, you feel the hard casing of the buds, and the Pro's rubber ear tip is a softer, cushiony sort of feel, though I totally get that that deep in-ear sensation may be mildly uncomfortable for people too. The reason for the rubber ear tips on the Pros isn't just for comfort or for fit, but to pair with the handful of noise cancellation and pass-through features that really define their Pro distinction. The Buds 3 Pro offer true active noise cancellation. So not only are the buds blocking out the sounds around you with a tighter fit, but they also actively cancel out various hums and drones and sounds with an inverse sound wave, so you hear it even less. Now, the regular Buds 3 actually also have an active noise cancellation feature, so you're going to get a similar experience with the sounds around you sounding less when this is turned on. And for buds that don't have the full ear seal, the noise cancellation on the regular Buds 3 is still pretty good. If that's the only feature you want for your earbuds, then the regular Buds 3 will probably do just fine. But the Buds 3 Pro also have ambient sound and adaptive pass-through functions, where the buds can amplify certain sounds around you, like announcements, sirens, voices, and more. And you can adjust the intensity of each one of these functions. The comprehensive noise cancellation and ambient sound options are what makes the Pro Buds Pro, and they're the comprehensive features that, if you wear them non-stop throughout the day, can really make a difference. When it comes to sound quality, I feel like I might get a little bit of flack here, but I personally don't feel that the Pros sound significantly better than the regular buds. They're supposed to. The Pros have a dual amplifier, an enhanced woofer and tweeter with a wider frequency response to give you a broader soundstage, sharper detail, better sound separation, but I think you'll struggle to really hear a difference unless you're a keen audiophile. Both buds do sound very good overall. And if there's a particular sound style you like, there's endless EQ controls for both buds, so you can set them up to sound however you want. And I realize this doesn't affect the better hardware on the Buds 3 Pro, but perhaps you can set up the regular buds in such a way that you're happier with the overall sound without all the bells and whistles from the Pros. As far as their on-bud controls, both the Pro and regular Buds 3 have customizable squeeze functions on the stem, or the blade, that little bit that hangs off your ear. One squeeze or pinch does one thing, a pinch and hold does another. Each earbud can do different things depending on a pinch or a pinch and hold. You can choose what action you want from the Wear app, but as far as feeling for the buds and actually getting them to do what you want, I didn't have any issues with the squeeze or the pinch myself, but some other folks have said that the triangular design of the blades makes it a little awkward to pinch the right area. I didn't find that myself. I thought it all worked fine. Also, both buds support Find My Device and Lost Mode, so that's all the same. And as far as battery life and charging, interestingly enough, even with the extra features and the dumb LED light strip, the Buds Pro can yield you an extra hour of listening, up to 7 hours of playback time with just the buds and up to 30 hours when paired with the case. The regular Buds 3 will give you 6 hours with the buds and 30 hours with the case, so not a huge difference, but maybe something to consider. But I've personally found that if you're always using the active noise cancellation and the ambient sound features on the Pro, that extra hour of potential battery life isn't always there for you by comparison. Utilizing those features nonstop is definitely going to impact the battery life. All in all, for an extra, let's call it $70, Samsung's Buds 3 Pros offer an LED light strip, 3 sizes of interchangeable rubber ear tips for a better, tighter fit, potentially some better sounding audio with double the speaker hardware packed inside each bud, adaptive noise control options, including automatic ambient sound functionality and better active noise canceling, and maybe a little better battery life. I think you really need to weigh if that handful of stuff is worth it to you. I feel like the regular Buds 3 are pretty solid overall, since you basically get the same hardware minus the ear tips, and you still get active noise cancellation at least, and all the other Samsung Wear features too. The only thing you can't change about the regular Buds is the fit, obviously. They either work for you or they don't. And if they do, I feel like the regular Buds might be the better buy. But what do you guys think? Which Galaxy Buds would you prefer? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, of course. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video though, or at least found it somewhat helpful. Be sure to follow TechDaily on Twitter and subscribe to the TechDaily YouTube channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys later.